The logistical logjam on the ground in Port-au-Prince right now has become the crisis on top of the tragedy of Tuesday's massive earthquake. Governments and humanitarian groups from all over the world are trying to rush relief to the people of Port-au-Prince. Donations are pouring in, supplies are on hand, but with the airport, the seaport, and the roads all damaged from the quake, getting help to the actual people who need it is proving extraordinarily difficult, fatally difficult. Haiti's prime minister today officially turned over control of the country's main airport in Port-au-Prince to the United States. The airport, of course, was itself damaged in the earthquake. It only has one runway. It only has about a dozen parking spaces for planes. Today, an FAA alert warned that planes trying to get into Port-au-Prince could expect to wait to land for more than an hour, and that there would be no fuel on the ground for planes to refuel once they did land. The Air Force says it is considering using aluminum matting to try to create more runway space at the airport. But once planes full of aid and supplies did manage to land at the airport, the few that did, the New York Times reported today on further logistical problems, saying, quote, there was only one warehouse to hold the expected influx of materials and no clear plan of how to distribute supplies from the airport to the city. Other than the airport, there are alternative routes for getting aid into the country, but each one comes with its own logistical hurdles. Haiti's main seaport in Port-au-Prince was badly damaged, with no cranes available to load cargo on and off supply ships. The hope now is that so-called roll-on, roll-off vessels could be used. Ships that don't use cranes. They have their own ramps, so cargo can be rolled off of them onto land, bypassing the need for those non-existent cranes. Relief organizations also sending aid for Haiti through Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. A spokesman for the UN's World Food Program saying that getting supplies across the border from the Dominican Republic into Port-au-Prince by ground transportation is about a 12 to 18-hour prospect. For every problem, there is a potential workaround, at least a potential alternative. But finding those and implementing those all take time, which is what everyone who needs help in Port-au-Prince right now is running out of. Joining us now is Brigadier General David H. Berger. He's Director of Operations at U.S. Marine Corps Headquarters. He served in Haiti in 2004 during a period of civil unrest in that country. He's now coordinating the 2,200-member Marine Corps unit that's heading to Haiti as we speak. General Berger, we're grateful for your time tonight. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
When is this Marine unit expected to arrive in Haiti, and what's their primary mission once they're there?
Rachel, first, just like to make sure that you understand all our thoughts and prayers are with the people of Haiti. And today and into tonight, the Marines that are from Camp Lejeune, from the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit, will load 3 ships during the afternoon into tonight, and they will load all through tomorrow morning and be underway. And it'll be about a 2-day sail to get down to Haiti from Camp Lejeune. What's the expectation about what they will be tasked with once they arrive? Like all the forces that are en route or already at Haiti, that's determined by the commander down there now. But what they bring in the Navy and Marine Corps team aboard the ships is everything from relief supplies to heavy equipment, water producing capability, the drinking potable water capability that we have with the Marine Navy team. So the supplies, the heavy equipment, and the people needed down there. In terms of the logistical problems that we are hearing about on the ground right now, there is material, there are a lot of personnel in Haiti right now. The problem is getting it that last mile, getting supplies, relief, expertise, rescue to the people who actually need it in the streets rather than just to the airport, say. What's the expectation for how these Marines will dock and unload their equipment and get out to the people who need their help the most? That's the real value of bringing in what we call an amphibious team down there, is that they do not become more of the problem. They don't place a burden on either the Port-au-Prince area or the rest of the infrastructure that's there. These ships and the Marines will be able to stay offshore, not required to come into the port, and then they can bring the supplies and the equipment off of the ships in a couple different ways. They can bring it by helicopter, what we call vertically, so they can fly it in either day or night, or they can bring it across the water on the vessels that are inside in the ships on the way down. And they can do it both at the same time if needed, and they can do it around the clock. What are your expectations for your Marines in terms of the need to provide security and policing, either for their own operations to allow their own relief efforts to operate safely and effectively, or for other relief efforts that are already there? They'll provide their own security, but the rules of engagement apply to all the forces down there, and they apply equally. So the Marines and the sailors who are involved are briefed on the way down there of what those rules are, and they'll provide their own security, but we don't at this point see any that as a primary mission. This force is being sent down there to provide relief and supplies.
The 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit, what else have they been involved in recent years? What other sort of deployments have they faced, and what are their special skills?
Well, that's one of the reasons. That's a good point, Rachel, but that's one of the reasons why this unit was able to form and get underway so quickly. This particular unit just returned from deployment in the Middle East last month. So the Marine commander and the Navy commander had worked together prior to their deployment, and then for the 7 months that they were overseas. So when this call came, can you provide this kind of capability? It was an easy match. They know how to work together. Like I said, they're loading this afternoon and tonight. So this team has been working together for some time.
How long are they expecting to stay in Haiti?
That'll be determined by the commander on the ground. They will be down there until the mission is over or until they're released.
Brigadier General David H. Berger, Director of Operations at U.S. Marine Corps Headquarters, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Good luck to you, sir. Appreciate your time.
You're welcome, Rachel. Thank you for having me.